Hey everyone, what's up? I am Exit over here, and I'm here to review The Flash Season 5, Episode 11, Seeing Red. There's going to be huge spoilers for the episode from this point on. So, The Flash decided to title its 11th episode, Seeing Red. Seeing Red is also the name of an Arrow episode, not just any Arrow episode, by the way, one of the most important Arrow episodes ever. Arrow Season 2 Episode 20 is also titled Seeing Red, the one where Roy goes crazy on Mirakuru and Slade Wilson kills Moira Queen. Definitely one of the best and most important Arrow episodes, and for some reason they decided to name this episode after. And honestly, after watching the episode, this episode could have been named anything else. Seeing Red makes no sense. Well, I guess because Barry's red and he was a little bit angry during the episode, kind of makes sense, but they could have named it, I don't know, Barry Angry Part 2. Something like that. Not after one of the best Arrow episodes, come on. And the disappointing thing is that this episode doesn't even half live up to that Arrow episode. So this episode was all about more Cicada stuff. Cicada's back and he's angrier than ever. He likes to do his growly, over-the-top villain voice, which was worse in this episode than we've ever seen it before. He's growly, he's angry, he wants to kill metas, so he's going after a bunch of metas we've never seen before. Well, we've seen two of them before. Morvok, who is the Snake Eye dude from last season. He was like one of the criminals that Killer Frost used to hang out with. And Peekaboo, back for the first time since either Season 2, but last time I can remember her was Season 1. But I think she was maybe in Season 2. But yeah, Shauna Bays, I think her name is. Yeah, Shauna Bays, I think. But yeah, Skid's going around, he wants to stab them all, and this episode's basically the Morvok redemption episode, despite the fact that Morvok has had maybe 3 lines of dialogue ever in the show, and we basically got an episode devoted to giving him a redemption or to making him a good guy. Why? I have absolutely no idea. It's kind of hilarious that they would do this and not play it off as a joke. You know, when you hear something like this, you'll be like, oh wow, it's going to be funny to see. No, it's they were dead serious about it. They really think that we care about this character enough to want to see him get a redemption. And his origin story is that when the particle accelerator went off, a snake got like sucked into his head or something, and that's supposed to be his tragic backstory. And the way that he when he's telling his backstory about that, the music and everything and the way it's just done, you're supposed to be like, oh my god, this is horrible. Honestly, it's compared to some of the things we've seen in this show, that ain't half bad. He seems alright for it, you know. And his best friend Bork is killed by Cicada, another character we're supposed to care about because they give him a dramatic death scene, but I can't remember him ever appearing in the show before this episode. So, there's that. The episode kind of revolves around Barry being angry because Cicada basically breaks Nora's back. He punches it, and it doesn't even look like he punches it that hard. He just kind of gently punches it, and her back like snaps or something, or I think Caitlin said that a bunch of her vertebrae are fractured or something, and she has to lie in bed for most of the episode. That was interesting enough. I guess it kind of gave some development to Nora, and her being in that condition did give us some good little pieces of plot where Sherlock shows up and is asking Nora questions like, oh, so why didn't you take me to the Flash Museum in the future? That was kind of cool. And then Iris comes in and she's like, Sherlock, can I talk to you for a second? How about you don't investigate my daughter? Is that cool? That was a nice little thing. I did enjoy that. The episode also feels like a badly done version of Rogue Air. Rogue Air was Season 1, Episode 22, the episode where they actually referenced it in this episode, where I think Eobard was about to blow up Star Labs, or the particle accelerators. Something was going to go off in Star Labs, so they had to move all the metas from the pipeline. They were going to move them to Oliver's Argus prison on Lian Yu, and Captain Cold had to help Barry do it and all that. It was kind of played off like that, except it wasn't done near as well here. Because this time around, it was a bunch of metas we'd never seen before. In Rogue Air, we had seen them all. In this episode, even the location the final thing was set in looked so cheap and small. Whereas in Rogue Air, it was in a big, massive air hangar. There was a plane coming in. It was even played off the same with the plane and the helicopter. This time they're getting transferred on a helicopter. Right before it can land, it gets like the bottom wheel bits took off by Cicada, just like the plane in Rogue Air got blown up. Speaking of a helicopter, why are they being transferred on a helicopter? Why can't Barry just run them out of the city? It's another thing that doesn't make any sense. And really, that's kind of the main word of the episode, or the main sentence of the episode is doesn't make sense. And yeah, sure, this is The Flash. The show doesn't have to make sense. But there needs to be some line that they know they can't cross, like a line that says it has to at least, in context of the show, make sense. When Barry completely knocks down Cicada and he turns around to talk to Nora for a second, and Cicada just Mario jumps out. I got that phrase from Reddit, Mario jump. Just Mario jumps out of the building, and Barry just looks at him in awe and goes, "Oh wow," and then he just turns around and smiles at Nora. Like, come on, seriously? But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this review short and sweet, because the more I talk about it, the more I'm kind of getting annoyed at the episode. But yeah, this was a terrible episode. I actually think this might have been the worst episode of the season. I liked the ones like episode 4. I really disliked, but I actually thought that was better than this. So I would give this episode a 4.5 out of 10. So thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you, and have a great day.